Okay, guys, good evening. Friday evening here. A much needed Friday evening. Had a hell of a week. So, we survived. And hopefully I'm plenty awake because we need some of this therapy tonight for sure. All right, so where did we leave off last time? Well, I think I did some painting off camera. I don't remember anymore. It's been a while since I've been able to paint, but this is what we're working on right now. This Moldavian knight, and we picked up some of his heraldry, and we got the strap, and we got him about done. We got like the horsehair and stuff, and socks and stuff to put on him. So we'll do that, and then we'll move on to the banner bearer. So that's the goal for this evening, to get this guy done, and maybe we'll get the banner guy done, and that'll just leave the commander. That's these two figures, and then that nightstand will be done, and then we can move to Poland. I know some people will be excited about that, so we'll do some Polish knights next for some allies for these guys, so that we can use these guys in an open setting, and we'll see who comes by, and we can entertain each other and get some stuff done. So let's hop to it then. All right. So we've got the horsehair and the socks to do. So we did brown horsehair on this one. Let's and I know that we used the this drab color. I think I used the drab color. Maybe I didn't do it. Maybe I didn't do field drab. Maybe I used this one. I used this one. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use the same color to make the horsehair. So the horse will be similar colored hair to the body. I don't like getting too close because then it looks like I did something wrong. Even though in real life you'll see plenty of horses that have their mane and their tail. It's almost the same color as the fur. I guess they have fur on most of their body. But I like putting a little bit of contrast in there so you can tell the difference. Randy Collins, welcome. Happy Friday. TGIF. Now it's TGIF, not at the beginning of the freaking day. I always say the person who came up with TGIF worked 4/10s. So they didn't work on Friday at all. You know, it'd be like me saying TGIS. Thank goodness it's Saturday. Right? Well, now we can be happy it's Friday. It was a beast today. And tired of getting wet. Did nothing but rain and rain and rain, and normally I wouldn't care, but at my job it makes work really difficult when it's raining because I have to deal with papers and being outside in the rain, and it's a miserable experience. So, but that shit's over with, so we can move on. All right, horsehair. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this as the color, and then we're going to lighten this up with white probably. We're not going to add any more brown to this. Where is it that it rains a lot? In the UK? Yeah, I'm not moving there. I'm not moving there. Hey, I don't care if it rains. It just needs to rain when I'm not at work, doing my work, my normal job. It could rain all day long on the weekend for all I care. We should get a lot of painting done this weekend. The spousal unit is away. So, not that she really keeps me from doing any of this stuff, but, it's a lot easier to just continually do it when she's not around. I'm glad you decided to stream a painting session. You're welcome. I didn't have the opportunity to do much painting today, unfortunately. Well, I'm glad it does you some good, Randy. That's wonderful. That's great. I just do this for me, and the fact that it benefits somebody else, well, that's just good news. That's just good news. I needed something positive in my day today, so we definitely needed to do some painting. Been a very frustrating week, so. Let's get some more white out here. This is my therapy session, as I like to call it. Because we can have issues here. We've had issues on here. And we solve them. And it makes us more powerful. Yeah. Overcome something else. Nordic Maelstrom, welcome. A live stream, yes. I needed to do this for my sanity. How goes it? It goes great right now. Earlier today, it sucked balls. And I don't mean that in a good way. Today was just off. Too many variables, too wet. My feet were wet probably for about 4 or 5 hours of the day. So I was expecting to get trench foot. I don't mind rain, but I don't want to be up in it when I'm at work. So as I like to say, it's got all weekend to rain. It can rain all weekend for all I care. But that shit's over. Now it's TGIF. Thank goodness it's the end of the day Friday. And our goal is going to be to get this guy done and the other 2 guys that go on the stand. Well, that's not really a goal. That's likely to happen. Unless I have a heart attack or something like that right now. Which, if I survived all week long not having one of those, I think I'm good now. We should be able to get these Moldavian guys done. Put another flag up and start working on some Polish Knights. So let's tinker with a muzzle a little bit. This muzzle can use some lightening up and some detail. Sometimes, I'll be honest with you, sometimes I just forget to do the muzzle other than the first color. And hey, I'm not afraid of telling you. Those other pro painters will be out there. They make their mistakes. They don't want to tell you. I'll tattle on myself. Your own tattletale. Yeah, today was a crazy week. Imagine how bad it'd be if you'd listened to the news. I'm anti-listening to the media. Let's see. I feel you on that. Tomorrow I'm getting together with a couple wargaming friends haven't seen in years, including my Revolutionary War reenacting captain. We're going to a wargaming flea market. Ooh, sounds cool. Regarding horse colors, when the points, tail and mane are blackish and different from the horse brownish coat, they are called a bay. Interesting. And here I thought bay was the color of the horse. Well, I like that. I like how that looks. And as a matter of fact, my first army was my feudal Spanish. I think every horse in that one has a blackish tail because it looks the most correct. You'll see people and they'll do, oh, here we go, getting sidetracked. I don't care. It's painting related. It's not really sidetracked. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Is it in here? I think it's in the heavy metal. You got to say it like that because they ate the E. They ate the H. Heavy metal painting guide. Oi. All right. Where is the horses? Here they are, okay? Now, there may be legitimate horses. Let's see if I can get in the picture. Okay, you see this horse right here? It just looks wrong. It looks like somebody just said, F it, I don't want to paint the horse mane. And there's real horses running around like that with the mane and the tail, this almost the same color, in this case, probably the same color as the body. It just looks wrong to me. So this is the most right-looking horse. This one, you've got a dark tail and a dark mane. I like that. I like the way that looks. So I'm trying to switch things up a little bit. That was only on my first army, and I really like it. I really like it when they've got cute little dots like this. Little speckling. I don't know if that comes up. But I got a couple of them that have that. But my feudal Spanish army, I think every single horse has a black mane and a black tail. So, I don't know. Sue me. That was the first horses I ever painted. You know, it wasn't until 2004 that I was painting horses. So I'd already been painting almost 20 years and never painted a horse before. Am I painting in the AM? You betcha. When the tail and mane are basically the same color as the coat, they're called a chestnut. Interesting. What if the horse is black? Is it still considered a chestnut? See, I thought those. I'm taking your word for it. You're the horse color expert for now. Hoping to pick up some 15 millimeter, 6 millimeter stuff at the cheap. Those places are perfect for getting miniatures cheap. Beige is the most common color combination. Okay, well that's good. Maybe that's why they look the most correct. Oh, I just caught myself running a live feed without my computer plugged in. That would have been a disaster. Okay, we good now? That thing's going plugged in? Good. Hey, this is Amateur 101 here. All right, back to what we were doing. So this would be considered a bay? I'll take your word for it. I just call it a brown horse with an even darker tail. I got to keep things simple for, maybe not for my audience, but for me. We're going to put socks on all of them, okay? Because these, what's this on the shield? There we go. A little something. Let's put socks on all of them. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the same brown. So we're going to go to the same point where we left off with this black color. So when I originally painted this horse, I had a color I was using that I painted it overall about like this. So we're just going to touch this stuff up because invariably I end up scuffing the bottom of the horse as I turn it around on this little disc, which is why I leave this stuff for last. I don't want to have to repaint something twice. That's not a good use of my time. And we're going to add white to it. Maybe not so drastic right off the bat. This is a little impressionistic to a degree. And same thing, you can have a horse that has one sock, or just the front or the back, or three but not one. And honestly, I've seen three and not one, and it just looks like somebody messed up, you know. So I tend to either do all four or the front or the back, but I usually prefer to do all four, or not at all. I mean, and we're going to give this guy a star on his forehead. Underneath some of that hair there. All right, now we're done with that. So let's mix a little bit more white. And I've spent no time. Well, I shouldn't say no time. I've spent some time around horses, but we used to go horseback riding once a year. You know, trail riding. And that's kind of fun. One time I was on the side of a mountain. And I don't know why I wasn't that worried about it. I was just worried about the horse falling on me. So, but it wasn't his first rodeo. He'd been there before. Hey, there's a proper use of that terminology. Not his first rodeo when you're talking about a horse. It's a saying I know that I use a lot. Okay, and then we will add some more white. And it's probably good enough. Now we'll do the hooves. And I'm lazy. I like to use the same hoof color. Maybe one day I'll look into it more and realize, oh, maybe I should use some of these other colors. But for now, we've just been using stoner gray, right? Stone gray, yeah. You enjoy painting horses. Good, me too. I'll be back in about 15 or so minutes. I need to make something for dinner. Okay. Make away. All right, here's some of that stone gray. And we'll do the hooves on him, and he's done. Let me make sure something is working here before I get too carried away. Okay. Oh, there's a guy I haven't seen in a while. I'm trying to think why I subscribed to his channel. I hardly watch other people's stuff anymore. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you're one of those. I've been busy doing this stuff, so. This guy did a game review of something. I don't remember what it was, and he did a really good job with it. Something I would be terrible at. I'm not good at explaining things. I am if I take notes and I'm reading off of like a not a syllabus, but a table of contents or something like that. This guy did a really good review of something. I don't remember what it was. And then I subscribed to his channel and never watched anything again. Or he hasn't put a lot of stuff out. I recognize his name. I just don't remember what the hell it was. So. If I like somebody's content, I like to kind of give them a thumbs up or, words of encouragement so they'll do more stuff, So, hint. If every time you watch somebody's content, all you do is like, yeah, that's nice, but I wish you would have done this other thing. Unless you're a sadist, you're eventually just going to give up and say, you know what, you can't make people happy, screw it. Well, I'm just doing this for myself. So whether you guys watch it, that's cool. If you don't, well, you just get bored of doing this by yourself. And I've tried to listen to some books on tape. As a matter of fact, I keep calling them books on tape. I don't even have a tape player. Audible. Books on Audible. And I just started a new one. And I actually started a new one with that author that I absolutely, not the author, the the narrator that I absolutely hate, and he's okay. So maybe it was just him with a couple of those other books that was a bad combination. But I'm getting through it, so I'm doing some Byzantine history, and it's kind of not super in depth, but I kind of wanted to refresh myself on all the ins and outs before I go and look at very specific stuff. Okay, so I think this guy's done. Let's take a look at him, see if we can't find something that we missed. Oh, we got to do better than that. We got to come in here, and we got to do some of this. Okay, and then I'm just going to move it over on the cardboard, because it's a hell of a lot easier than moving the camera. Wrong way, of course. It's going to be really hard to get a good view of the shield, because it's kind of at an angle. There we go. It's not going to look worth a damn here. So, got to wait to take pictures on that. Anyways, this Moldavian guy is done. Now we do the flag bearer. Okay? The flag bearer is going to carry one of these. Okay? And probably the smaller one, because even the smaller one's huge. Definitely not the biggest one. Yeah, the problem with the middle-sized one is this flag is just really long. So if it was more square, I wouldn't mind it being that big. So one of those two. But regardless, he's got that bull emblem. So his shield is going to have a bull emblem as well, but it won't be this exact bull emblem in yellow. Okay, I think it's still a red one. I think I've got one picked out, and we'll take a look for it right here. I'd saved it on my Pinterest. I'm not a huge fan of Pinterest because I find it's extremely clunky to use. Like, I'll want to save a pin. Nope, I didn't, and I press it wrong. Oh, and I do that wrong. Oh, and I do that wrong. And then somehow I'm able to save it and didn't realize what I actually did. It's not very user-friendly. It's kind of like, it's not intuitive. It's kind of like Instagram. Instagram is also not very intuitive, in my opinion, so. Okay, let's see if I go here. Moldavian Knights. Come on. This is the one we're looking for. And it'd probably be easier just to flip this thing around. Now, I think I can minimize this and keep it still on the page. Okay, we can minimize this. Okay. Let's unplug that. That's the guy we're going to do. So he's got a red shield, but his bull is black with a little nose ring. And that's what we're going to do. That's what his shield's going to be. All right. So it's going to be similar, not exactly the same. I just think doing it the same would just be kind of overkill. And this is going to go sideways a little bit. Get this thing plugged back in. All right, so that's who we're going to do. I'm going to leave him up on my screen here so I don't have to switch in between things. And yeah, we'll get to do a bull on a shield. Awesome. And I don't know what color horse. Well, I know the leader's going to have a white horse this time because I've seen stuff of King Stephen, and he's had a white horse. Stephen the Great. That's what we're going to base this guy on. And he's probably going to have red trappings, red straps and stuff like that on his horse. So that's kind of that's the motif that we're going to go with. So this one is let's do his shield first and see where that takes us. Because we know we want a red shield. There's no doubt about it. So we're going to get a red shield. That's going to be a constant. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. And it'll help us decide what color we want. I don't think I want a really light colored horse. So So Randy, if you're still around, so why do you think most people don't enjoy painting horses? Why do you think that is? Because I enjoyed it the very first time I painted one. I enjoyed doing all the muscles and stuff on them. The same way, you know, painting skin and flesh on people, I actually enjoy. I'm going to use this red here. And of course we made a mess. And let's cover this entire shield in the base color. Pick the back too, even though we'll probably make that wooden colored. And we're going to bring this up one level, one little bit, something like this, just on the front, before we start messing with the bull. I guess Randy wasn't on. I asked him that, or he's typing a really long response. That's the thing. I wish I could tell who the hell was on. Not because I wanted to call people out, but you know, it'd just be nice to know. Okay. So looking at the bowl, we've got black. We're going to need this for sure. And we're going to need a brush we can count on. That would be this one. All right, so and let's take a look at this too. Let's put this in a place where we can look at it. And we're going to use that for reference, although the bull I'm going to do is more simplistic than that one on the flag. So let's get some black out here. And we're going to thin it out so we have, oh, you're going to fall down? We'll just send you home then. All right, we're going to thin this thing out so we have better control over it. Okay, and the main, okay, we want about 1/3 of the empty space above his head. So first of all, I'm going to draw a circle here. Does that even come out? Yeah, there we go. We draw about a circle where he is. The center of most of his head. All right? Then, let's go ahead and extend that down. This is really thin down. This is almost like I'm sketching. That's it. So we've got his head here. And extend the other part of his head like so. Then his head looks like it's got like a little bit of a ridge. And there's a couple things going on. First of all, he's got ears, and then he's got horns. And the ears are on the bottom part, almost straight out. And the horns curve up. So we're going to do the ears. We're going to go straight out. And then the horns curve up. And I got to put my glass on to make sure you guys can see this. The idea is just sketch this out, because if I mess this up, I don't have a whole lot of paint on there. We got to do better than that. I don't have a whole lot of paint on there to correct. Okay, so that's what I've sketched on there. All right. Now, unfortunately, I got to zoom the hell back out. That actually came out pretty clear, I think. All right, so now I'm going to take that same black and I'm going to fill in the horns a little bit more. So I just have a thin line.